Let's begin this hour, though, with Fed Chair Jerome Powell's testimony before the Senate Banking Committee. Powell characterized inflation as soft, shooting down any concerns about price pressures building. As always, Brian Cheung following the latest developments on that front for us. And Brian, there's a lot of concern, especially leading up to this hearing, given the run-up in the yields that we've seen, especially in treasuries.
Yeah, absolutely. And that hearing's still ongoing. It began about an hour ago. It looks like Mike Rounds, a Republican from South Dakota, questioning him right now. It looks like the labor market is really the focus of what the Federal Reserve is watching. In the prepared remarks that the chairman offered about an hour ago, he said that the labor market recovery has slowed, but said on the inflation front that the upward pressure could be coming in the future. He said that could be a good problem to have, but he didn't think that those effects would be either large or persistent. But of course, a lot of people watching specifically the Fed's commentary on rising bond yields when you look at longer term borrowing costs going up. He said it's a reflection, though, of optimism over the post-pandemic economy and didn't really hint at what the Federal Reserve could do on that front. Keep in mind that bond yields on the 30-year as high as 222 basis points, on the 10-year as high as 139 basis points. Seems like it's been pairing since the beginning of this hearing, but hear what the chairman said specifically about quantitative easing, which could impact on that front.
The economy is a long way from our employment and inflation goals, and it is likely to take some time for substantial further progress to be achieved. We will continue to clearly communicate our assessment of progress toward our goals well in advance of any change in the pace of purchases.
Well in advance of any change in purchases right there, which shows that the Federal Reserve has not decided to change its current $120 billion a month pace of asset purchases for the time being. But of course, stay tuned, because if that is the case, the Fed chairman saying they'll clearly communicate that. One final point that the Fed chairman said, he said, quote, "The job is not done on this recovery." That's the thing that I keep coming back to. Jay Powell said, we've got to finish the job with the pandemic. So at least for right now, the Fed keeping and holding pat on its accommodative policy.
Okay, Brian Cheung with that update on that ongoing hearing. Of course, we'll come back to you if there's any other headlines that come out of it.